Hello YouTube, today I want to show you a little bit about the HUD and Star Citizen. Basically, I want to focus on the left hand side for now. The right hand side is more about targeting, but I want to show you the overview tab in this, this bit of the HUD. You can kind of see it best when I do this. You're able to navigate this tab using the mouse buttons, or not the mouse buttons. You're able to navigate it using the arrow keys and your numpad. I'm sorry, there are buttons on my mouse, so that's why I think mouse buttons. Essentially, using the 2 and 8 keys, you can select different items, as you can see I'm doing here. And the overview is pretty much just a good place to see the status of your ship, as the name implies. Up at the top, you can see there is a small model of the ship, and there are 4 wall-looking items that are projected in front of each side of the ship. Those are shields. You can kind of see as I use power, they diminish. And there is also, see if I can select them. You can kind of go through weapon systems, sort of. I can't really get much out of it, but it seems that like there's some sort of functionality in there that maybe you'll be able to select and adjust weapon systems in that little hologram. But for now, it doesn't really seem to do much. The next item just below it is a latitude, longitude, and vertical G meter, I suppose is the best way to put it. I don't know what the technical term would be. But as you can see, when I fly around, you can notice that the different G's, or the different vertices, show different G readings as a result of my movements. This is really useful when you are pretty much just flying without G-safe or the combat stability, because you can black yourself out, and if you're not careful, let's see if I can get it to go. If you're not careful and don't watch what you're doing, it's always hard to black yourself out when you're trying, for whatever reason. I'm not very good at doing it intentionally, just in dogfights. But if you see those G's in the red often, you're probably, there we go, there's a bit of a red out. You're gonna find yourself in a red or a blackout. Just below that, you can see there are weapon systems displayed. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and as such, there's the 2 Mantis G220 Gatling guns. You can see the ammunition, 1,500 rounds per gun, and if I fire, you can see that drop. You can see the Bulldog repeater below that with the charge, and then the Talon Dominator rockets, which are unarmed at the moment. I don't think I can arm them. Yeah, doesn't look like I can arm them, but they are there, and when they're armed, it says such. So if you notice with the basically the weapon systems, there's a D, a P, an H, and an A underneath each weapon system. These denote different things. D is for damage, so if your systems are damaged in any way, first it'll light up as yellow for slight damage, and then it will eventually turn red when there's actual serious damage that's likely has destroyed your weapon system. The P is for power, I believe. It seems like it's power, because if I use a lot of power, you can see it light up yellow. And if I'm firing a lot of things, then the P goes into the red. Essentially, power is going to determine your effective gimbling rate, so how well your guns track your target reticle. It will also affect recharge and reload rates, so if you basically discharge your repeater here, the Bulldog, it will take longer if you're using more power to recharge, but it's almost negligible at this point, at least in my experience. If you select these items, again, you can use 2 and 8 to kind of cycle through all this. If you select these items, you can see there's a little sub-menu on these weapon systems. I haven't been able to get any of this to work. There doesn't seem to be any functionality to these, but I'm assuming in the future these icons will be able to do things such as switch on and off the power to the weapon. Possibly this is a repair or something like that. What was that? That was a weird bug. I'm thinking artificial intelligent aiming, and then this seems to be a denotation that it's a projectile weapon. If you, I'll show you in the weapon systems, you can kind of see next to those guns down there, next to the bulldogs, you can see the same symbolism. But yeah, and if you go through different weapon systems, you can see, I'm not entirely sure what this means. I think that might be loaded missiles, but it's hard to say. And this does not, you can see this one doesn't have the that fourth symbol on the end. This seems to mean that you are using a projectile weapon. So that's just a quick overview of the overview in Arena Commander. Let me know what you thought about this video. Leave some comments, you know, if you have any questions or feel like I've missed anything. I would really love to know if you guys have figured out anything that I haven't. Like the video if you liked it, dislike the video if you disliked it, and happy hunting in Arena Commander.